All right, family, buckle up. We've got an incredible adventure for you today.
I'm so excited. This is honestly one of my favorite stories in the whole Bible.
Kids in the back seat, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like something was just too big to handle?
Maybe a test at school, or a new kid you were nervous to talk to. We've all been there.
Today's story is about a kid just like you who faced something huge. And I mean that literally.
Like giant, huge.
Exactly. But before we get to the giant, we need to meet our hero. And he's not what you'd expect.
Oh, I love this part. Because our hero, he's just a kid.
Picture this with me, okay? Rolling green hills outside a little town called Bethlehem. The sun's coming up, painting everything gold and orange.
It's beautiful there. Quiet. Peaceful.
And right there on one of those hills sits a boy named David. He's got reddish hair, bright eyes, and he's surrounded by a whole bunch of fluffy sheep.
How many brothers did David have again?
7. David was the youngest of 8 boys.
Wow. That's a lot of brothers.
And here's the thing. When you're the youngest of 8, sometimes people forget about you.
Oh, that's hard. Kids, have any of you ever felt overlooked? Like maybe people didn't notice you?
David knew that feeling well. His older brothers got the important jobs. They got to go off and do exciting things. But David got stuck with the sheep.
Just him and the woolly fluff balls.
Day after day, week after week, out on those quiet hills all by himself.
That sounds kind of lonely, Rich.
It could have been. But here's what's amazing about David. He didn't waste that time feeling sorry for himself.
What did he do?
He talked to God. All the time. He'd look up at the stars at night and just start praying. He'd watch the sunrise and thank God for another day.
And he wrote songs, right?
So many songs. David had this little harp, and he'd sit there playing music and singing to God.
Those songs became some of the psalms we still read today. Isn't that amazing?
Pretty incredible when you think about it. A kid on a hillside singing to his sheep. And those songs, they're still helping people thousands of years later.
God was doing something special in David's heart. Even when nobody was watching.
Especially when nobody was watching. And David learned something else out there with those sheep.
What's that?
He learned to be brave. See, being a shepherd wasn't all peaceful sunsets and playing music.
Oh no. There were dangers, weren't there?
You bet there were. Lions, bears, dangerous animals that wanted to eat his sheep.
What did David do?
He fought them. This young kid grabbed his shepherd's staff and protected his flock.
That took some serious courage.
It did. But David trusted that God was with him. He wasn't fighting alone.
I love that. Even when David felt small and forgotten, God was right there, preparing him for something huge.
Something he couldn't even imagine yet.
Okay, family, here's a question to think about. Has anyone ever felt too small? Or maybe overlooked? Like people didn't see what you could do?
Talk about it together. Mom or Dad, you can share too. Everyone feels that way sometimes.
And remember this. Just because people don't notice you, doesn't mean God doesn't see you.
He saw David on that quiet hillside. And he sees you too.
All right, ready for what happens next?
Because things are about to get really interesting. A prophet is coming to town. And he's looking for a king.
Let's go.
Okay, so where were we, Paige?
Oh, we just met David, the shepherd boy with the big heart and the bigger songs.
That's right. But now our story takes a turn. A big turn.
How big are we talking?
About 9 feet tall.
Wait, what?
You heard me. 9 feet. That's like if your dad stood on your mom's shoulders. And then put on a really tall hat.
Kids, that is huge.
So here's what's happening. Far from David's quiet hillsides, there's a valley called Elah. And in that valley, 2 armies are staring each other down.
On one side, we've got the Israelites, God's people, David's people.
And on the other side, the Philistines. And they've got a secret weapon.
More like a not-so-secret weapon.
His name was Goliath. And every single morning, he would stomp out of the Philistine camp.
I'm picturing the ground shaking with every step.
Boom, boom, boom. His armor weighed more than a full-grown person. His spear was as thick as a flagpole. And his voice? It echoed off the hills like thunder.
Okay, I've got a question for the backseat crew. If you heard a giant yelling across the valley, what would you do?
Run? Hide? Maybe both?
Exactly what the Israelite soldiers were doing.
Every day, Goliath would shout the same challenge. Send someone to fight me. Just one soldier.
And if that soldier won,
The Philistines would surrender. Game over. Israel wins.
but if Goliath won,
Israel would have to surrender to the Philistines. Everything they had, gone.
so it all came down to one fight.
One giant fight. Literally.
And nobody wanted to volunteer?
Paige, would you volunteer to fight someone 9 feet tall?
I mean, no, I would not.
The bravest soldiers in all of Israel looked at Goliath and felt their knees turn to jelly. Even King Saul, the tallest guy in Israel, stayed in his tent.
Day after day, Goliath kept yelling.
And day after day, nobody answered.
You know what I think was the scariest part?
The giant sword?
No, well, yes, but also this. Goliath wasn't just making fun of the soldiers. He was making fun of God.
Oh, that's a great point. He would yell things like, "Where is your God now?"
That had to hurt, like a punch to the heart.
40 days this went on.
40 days?
Every morning, same thing. Giant comes out, giant yells, soldiers hide.
That's like a whole month and a half of being terrified.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Remember David's 3 oldest brothers?
The ones who got to do the cool stuff while David watched sheep?
Yep, they were soldiers in King Saul's army. Right there in that valley. Scared like everyone else.
Oh wow. So this story is about to come together.
But before we get there, let's pause for a second.
Family check-in time.
Here's a question for everyone in the car. What's something that has ever felt like a giant problem to you?
Maybe a really hard test at school?
Or a kid who's been mean to you?
Or something scary you've been worried about?
Think about that for a second. What's your Goliath?
Because here's the thing. We all face giants sometimes.
But what happens when a shepherd boy shows up? That's coming up next. All right, where were we, Paige?
Oh, we were just talking about Goliath. That terrifying giant who made every single soldier shake in their sandals.
Right. 9 feet of mean. But here's the thing. While all that scary stuff was happening at the battlefield, guess where David was?
Still with the sheep?
Still with the sheep. Back home in Bethlehem. Taking care of those woolly fluckballs. Completely unaware of the giant problem his brothers were facing.
And then his dad changed everything with one simple request.
One morning, Jesse called David in from the fields. "Son, I need you to do something for me."
Ooh, was it something exciting? A secret mission?
Nope. A cheese delivery.
Wait. Cheese?
Cheese. Jesse loaded up David with bread for his brothers and 10 wedges of cheese for their commander. Basically, David was the family DoorDash driver.
Kids, have your parents ever sent you on an errand that seemed totally boring? Maybe taking out the trash or bringing something to a neighbor.
David probably thought this was just another ordinary day. Grab the bread. Grab the cheese. Walk to the battlefield. Say hi to his brothers. Walk home.
Simple, right?
So simple. But God was about to turn that cheese run into something nobody expected.
So David gets to the camp, and what does he find?
Chaos. Soldiers everywhere. Tents lined up as far as he could see. The sound of swords clanking. Men talking in nervous whispers.
And then?
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Oh no. Goliath.
The giant stepped out into the valley, just like he did every single morning. And David heard it. That thundering voice. That mocking laugh.
What did Goliath say?
Send me your best fighter. Or are you all too scared?
And the soldiers?
Every single one of them backed away. Strong, trained warriors. Running like scared puppies.
But David didn't run.
David didn't run. He just stood there, watching, listening, and something started burning inside him.
What do you mean, burning?
Not anger, exactly. More like holy frustration. David looked around at all these soldiers and couldn't believe what he was seeing.
So he asked a question.
The question. The one nobody else had the guts to ask.
What was it?
David turned to the soldiers nearby and said, "Who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Defying the armies of the living God?"
Whoa. That's a totally different way of looking at it.
Exactly. See, everyone else looked at Goliath and thought, he's too big to fight. But David looked at Goliath and thought, he's too big to miss. And he's messing with my God.
Kids, here's something to think about. Everyone at that battlefield saw the same giant. But only David saw God as bigger than the giant.
The soldiers measured Goliath against themselves. David measured Goliath against God.
And when you measure any problem against God, suddenly it doesn't look so impossible anymore.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. David's brothers heard him asking questions, and they were not happy about it.
Uh-oh. Big brother trouble?
Big time. His oldest brother, Eliab, got right in David's face. Why are you even here? Who is watching the sheep? I know you just came to watch the battle like it's entertainment.
Ouch. That's harsh.
Super harsh. But David didn't let it stop him. He kept asking, kept wondering, kept believing.
And word started spreading.
Fast. Hey, did you hear about that shepherd kid? He's not afraid of Goliath. The whispers reached all the way to King Saul's tent.
What do you think happens next?
Oh, it gets good. But that's for the next chapter.
Family question time. Why do you think David saw things differently than all those trained soldiers? What made him brave when everyone else was scared?
Talk it over. We'll be right back. Okay, where were we, Paige?
Oh, David just saw Goliath for the first time. And while everyone else ran away screaming,
David just stood there. Not running. Not hiding. Now, here's where it gets wild. David started asking questions. Loud ones.
What kind of questions?
He looked around at all those trembling soldiers and said, "Who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Talking trash about the army of the living God?"
Oh, I love that. David wasn't focused on how big Goliath was.
Nope. He was focused on how big God was.
So word spreads fast, right? Suddenly, King Saul hears about this brave kid.
And Saul's like, "Bring him to me." So there's David, standing in the king's tent.
A shepherd boy, in front of the king.
And David says something incredible. He says, "Don't worry about that giant. I'll fight him."
Kids, can you imagine? What do you think King Saul said to that?
Saul looked at this teenager and basically said, "No offense, kid, but you're just a boy. Goliath's been a warrior since before you were born."
Fair point, honestly.
But David had a story to tell.
Oh, this is the good part.
David said, "Your Majesty, when I'm out watching my dad's sheep, sometimes a lion shows up, sometimes a bear."
Wait, a lion and a bear?
Yep. And David said, "When they grabbed one of my sheep, I chased them down, I rescued the lamb. And when they turned on me," he paused, "I took them out."
This kid fought lions and bears?
With his bare hands and God's help. And then David said the most powerful thing, "The Lord who rescued me from the lion and the bear will rescue me from this giant too."
Wow. He wasn't bragging about himself.
Not one bit. He was bragging about God.
So what did Saul do?
He said, "All right, kid, go for it. And may the Lord be with you." But then
Uh-oh.
Saul tried to help. He put his own royal armor on David.
Oh, no. I can picture this already.
Big bronze helmet. Clunk. Heavy coat of armor. Clang. Giant sword strapped to his side.
David was probably swimming in that stuff.
He tried to walk and went. Clank. Clunk. Wobble. Almost fell over.
I'm sorry, but that's kind of hilarious.
It really is. David looked ridiculous.
Like a kid wearing dad's shoes.
Exactly. And David said, "I can't fight in this. I'm not used to it."
Smart kid. He knew what worked for him.
So off came the armor. David picked up his wooden shepherd's staff, his trusty leather sling.
And then?
He walked down to a little stream. He knelt down, and he carefully chose 5 smooth stones.
Just 5 little rocks.
That's it. No sword, no armor, no army behind him.
Just a sling. Some stones. And his God.
And then David headed toward the valley, toward the giant.
Hey, families. Here's something to talk about. David didn't try to be someone else. He used what God had given him.
His shepherd skills, his sling, his faith.
So here's your question. What are your smooth stones? What gifts has God given your family?
Maybe you're really good at encouraging people.
Maybe you're creative, or brave, or kind.
Those are your stones. And God can use them for amazing things.
All right. He's walking toward Goliath now.
And friends. The giant, He is not happy about what he sees coming.
What happens next?
Stick around. This is where it gets epic. All right, family, this is it. The moment we've been waiting for.
I've got goosebumps already.
David walks into that valley. No armor, no sword, just a sling, 5 smooth stones, and faith in the living God.
Can you imagine what that looked like? This teenager walking toward a 9-foot giant?
Goliath sees him coming and starts laughing. Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? He roars.
He was insulted. He expected a warrior, not a shepherd boy.
But here's where it gets good. David doesn't flinch. He shouts back across that valley.
What did he say?
He said, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty."
Whoa, that's bold.
David wasn't looking at how big Goliath was. He was looking at how big his God was.
And that changes everything, doesn't it?
Everything. Goliath starts stomping forward. The ground shakes. Boom. Boom. Boom.
My heart would be pounding so hard.
David reaches into his bag, pulls out 1 smooth stone, places it in his sling.
Just 1 stone. That's all it took.
He swings that sling around his head, faster, faster, and lets it fly. Thwack. That stone hits Goliath right in the forehead.
The one spot without armor.
The giant's eyes go wide. He sways. And then, crash. Down he goes, face first into the dirt.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Can you imagine the silence in that valley? Everyone just staring. The giant who terrified them for 40 days was lying in the dust.
And the Philistine army?
They ran. Dropped their weapons and ran.
Because they saw what happens when someone trusts God completely.
Now here's what I want us to remember. David didn't win because he was strong.
He wasn't the biggest or the toughest.
He won because he knew something the soldiers forgot. God fights for his people.
The same God who helped David with the lion. The same God who helped him with the bear.
That same God showed up in the valley.
And here's the beautiful part. That same God is with your family right now.
In this car. On this road. Wherever you're headed.
He doesn't just use big, powerful grown-ups. He uses kids. He uses ordinary people who trust him.
Remember, friends, it's not about how big you are. It's about how big your God is.
Okay, family, discussion time. What was your favorite part of David's story?
Shout it out. We want to hear.
Here's another one. What's a giant you're facing right now? Maybe a tough test, a hard friendship, something that feels too big.
Talk about that one together.
And here's your family challenge for the week. When something scary comes up, say out loud, "I come in the name of the Lord."
Just like David did.
Remind each other that God is bigger than any problem.
Let's pray together. You can repeat after me if you want. Dear God, thank you for being bigger than our giants. Help us trust you like David did. Give us courage to stand when we're scared. We love you. Amen.
Amen.
Until next time.
Keep the faith, keep the adventure.
See you on the road.
See you on the road.